Now it looks today like we're going to have a bit of traffic trouble. It is a Monday. And they're reducing the speed going up to the Dartford crossing quite early, which means something's happened. And it's going to be a day of filtering. So here we go, let's get going. Sometimes when you're filtering you'll get cars and vans that are very helpful, and sometimes you get them which are not very helpful. Now they ain't going to go anywhere, are they? And one thing I don't do, if there's a car stopped on the outside such as this, and a van or something moving on the inside, I will wait until it's stopped or gone past. And we're on the move again. Now there's a gentleman. Thank you, sir. Now I have been riding to work. Sometimes people don't see it to the last minute, and then they do turn the steering wheel and give you a bit of space. But sometimes if you're in your car you don't really think about what's going on around you. You're in your own little cocoon listening to your music or whatever you're listening to, and you don't care about what's happening around you. You're in your own little safe bubble. I try not to do too fast when I'm filtering, and I always tend to look at the car wheels to see if they're moving in any direction or starting to turn. Now I always wonder what holds up the traffic. Sometimes you'll get a sign further down the line or down the road. Now he pulled over a little bit, good of him. And there's another one. Cheers, mate. But I'm sure today, while I'm travelling to work on this Monday morning, a bit chilly, but not too chilly, dry, which is good. I haven't got the heated grips on, so it's not that cold. We will certainly get somebody who doesn't let you through, almost guaranteed. It's just a matter of when we get that awkward driver. And what I say to them is, enjoy the queue, sucker. Now this is at 6:52 in the morning. Even early in the morning it's busy like this, 6 o'clock. All this petrol being burnt doing absolutely nothing. Wasted fuel and people's time. Now if I go quiet for a second or two, it means I'm just concentrating, because you have to try and keep full concentration when you're doing a bit of filtering like this. It's very easy to whack a wing mirror or even strike a car, and not very good if you do that. One, you damage somebody else's property, and your own property, of course. You might smash your own wing mirror, which wouldn't be good. But also the consequences of an accident has lots of knock-on effects. Lack of work, not being able to go to work to pay the bills, all the stress and hassle of the insurance claim, which sometimes insurance people can be a bit reluctant to pay out. And it's always a worry if you are going to get paid or not. Now, one thing to look out for if you're doing this sort of riding through traffic, these little gaps here, sometimes you'll get a car gap on the left, and you'll get a motorbike or trying to zip through the inside lane. Because you're in this lane and you're probably going a bit slower than them, you do get the people who will go into the lane to your left or the middle of the lane. They'll filter through the traffic. They might be a little bit faster than you, they might not, and what they try to do is jump through a gap like that there. So you have to be careful that somebody doesn't just pop out of one of them gaps. Now, I know in some countries filtering is illegal. Now, here's a classic example of a little bit of a tricky situation. He slowed down a bit, I think. You tend to get a feeling of what the traffic is like and how people are reacting. It's the sort of a thing you have to do and get used to. And I always put my foot out, acknowledge somebody who opens up the road a bit for you, because they don't have to be honest. They can just keep going their own little way. There's no requirement to pull over like this guy here. But I don't get mad. I have no right of way in any way at all. They can ride over right over to the middle dotted line if they wish. That's up to them. So we have a sign up there and it says 25 minutes delay to 60 minutes delay, junction 1A. Now that's the junction just before the Dartford crossing on the M25. Now this guy here has suddenly pulled over, have you noticed? I did. Why? I don't know. Now this guy in the van wants to have a race. Enjoy the queue, sucker. Now there's going to be a few late people to work this morning. Well, I certainly won't be late. I'm always on time no matter how bad the traffic is. And as I've said in some previous videos, the only thing that will stop me is a traffic jam. Completely block the road, which does happen. It normally happens on the bridge. Let me let this guy pass. There's somebody behind me. He wants to get through, let him go. He's braver than me. I like to take my time, but filtering's okay, but I don't go like a bat out of hell. I like to try and be a little bit sensible with it and careful, because at least with a bike you're actually moving. You're not stuck in the traffic and not going anywhere. But that guy that just disappeared there, don't know where he's gone, he's going a bit fast I reckon for filtering through traffic. and it doesn't make that much difference either. As long as you're moving, it doesn't make a lot of difference to the time you get to your destination, unless you're in a car, of course. These people here are going to be waiting for about an hour, half an hour to an hour to get to where they're going. Now we'll start to get a little bit of movement on here. When I get to 30 miles an hour, I normally pull behind whatever vehicle is moving at that speed and stick to 30, this sort of traffic. And there's another little hazard you have to be careful of when you're filtering. When they design the roads and they're laying the tarmac on the top, there's a seam, and the seam is always the width of a lane wide. So what you get is, in the center of the lane, or where the white lines are, you can see that where the two parts of tarmac meet, the two lanes meet, there's normally a line all the way down, and on that line is where it breaks up, and you get potholes and tram lines. I can see them quite clearly here, but you probably won't be able to see them in the video. Now, the potholes are not too bad, but if you get in them tram lines, it's just like a long hole, basically. It can be quite difficult to get back out again. Now here we've got an issue here. So I reckon one of the tunnels is closed myself, because if there's a height restriction on the crossing, it means that the right hand tunnel is shut, because the left hand tunnel has a height limit. The right hand tunnel doesn't. Well, it does, but it's a lot bigger. Now while we're filtering through here, there's another hazard you need to be wary of when you're filtering through traffic like this. And here we are, we come to a stop. There's nothing we can do about this. And that hazard is them cat's eyes there. Well, we used to call them cat's eyes. Not cat's eyes anymore. They're just reflectors. Now this is going to be difficult to get past this, I think, but let's go. Let's see if we can get past him. There we go. There's a lot of lorries on the road today, and this is a little bit of a tricky situation. Now we're going to have to go on the inside lane, I think. The reason being is everybody on the outside lane is going to be directed to this inside lane, because the right hand tunnel, I believe, will be closed. So let's see if we can get through this lot. If he can get through in that, I'm sure I can get through on my little CB125. Every day in the traffic you have to make a judgment all the time. Do I go left? Do I go right? I've got somebody with a very loud, obnoxious bike revving in my ear. I'm just going to have to wait, I'm afraid, till we get down here a little bit. We're moving, so not a problem. Now we're starting to move now, which is good. And if you can see there, the right hand lanes are now closed. They're diverting all the traffic to this side of the motorway. Now you do get the people, you'll see them blasting down there trying to get in at the last minute. There you go. And this is where it should start clearing up. Yep, they've got the right hand tunnel closed. More than likely an accident or something. Well, I hope you're enjoying this ride to work today. Bit of a slow one today. And normally what I do when I get to work, I'll have a quick Google to see why the tunnel was shut. Normally it's something daft like a broken down lorry or a broken down car. But on this occasion it's probably a bit more because there's too much traffic being built back. But we shall see. Right, from here on it should be better, because everybody's now filtered into 2 lanes and we're actually moving along. Now on this stretch of road, beware if you ever come down this stretch, if you see them red crosses there on your lane, if you cross them, if you go forward and you on the lane which has got the red crossing, you will get fined. There was a bit of a push a few months ago where they had big signs saying if you cross or go past the red cross you will get fined. And these guys here, if you can see on the outside lane, they're more than likely going to get a ticket if they came past the red cross on the ones further back. And that does apply to motorbikes and filtering as well. So if you see a red cross, get into the other lane before you reach it. Anyhow, I thought I'd do another bit of a quick video on the way to work today, and this one's going to be an unedited one, so no changes through the video. I'll just chop the beginning and the end off to make it get rid of the portion where I'm coming out of my back garden. And that's all, because time is precious at the moment. I haven't got much of it spare, so everything I can do to make my editing a little bit easier, the better. So this is the first video I've put out showing what happens when the Dartford crossing is closed. That's what you have to expect. A lot of traffic. There you go, we're back up to normal speed, nearly. as I was saying earlier about traffic lights, they're a damn nuisance sometimes, and there's lots of them around here. Them ones there, which are on the approach to Dartford Crossing, they have traffic light cameras as well, so if you go past a red there, you'll get a ticket. So there we are, we're free again. I'm going to close it there. Thank you very much for watching my journey to work today, and I hope to catch you in another video. If you do like the channel, please like and subscribe, it's always appreciated. And yeah, time for work. Have a good day, bye for now.